Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and this video is going to be April's bookmarks. So if you've never seen one of these bookmarks videos before, I host an online book club over at creative2timemom.blogspot.com, and each month we have a link up that lists all the books that you've read throughout that month. So I will go ahead and list all of mine on the initial post, and then other people link up their blog posts. It's a great way to share new ideas. I've learned so many different books that I never would have read before, and it's a great way to kind of break out of your box. I know that I really needed to break out of my box lately. I love fiction, and it's a great break from all the craziness of homeschool and parenting, but I need to break out of my box every once in a while, and so having a link up like that is a great way to discover what other people are reading that I might enjoy that I wouldn't necessarily pick up on my own. So I will link down below March's book club post, so if you want to check it out and get a better idea of what they look like, or if you want to link up there. And I will also link down below April's. I will go ahead and put all these in a blog post so that you can get greater detail about them. But the first book that I read this month was The Unschooling Handbook, and this is by Mary Griffith. This actually, unschooling is completely outside of my box. I'm a pretty type A personality, like check off your boxes as you're homeschooling, but I am intrigued by the relaxed feeling of unschooling, and I would like to, I don't think I could ever go completely unschooling for us, but I would like to kind of move away from such a strict philosophy. So when I saw this, I thought, okay, maybe there's just a few things I can glean from it. And it's written in, I believe, about 15 or 16 chapters, 13. And they're broken up by how to teach different subjects like reading and writing, math, science, history, the arts, what to do as your kids get older, challenges or doubts you might have. And it's written in a very conversational style. So the author goes through and explains kind of the unschooling philosophy of that particular subject, and then she interviewed or did a survey of several homeschooling parents and shares their ideas and their thoughts and their philosophy throughout the chapter as well. And then probably I really enjoyed that because it was more of a not one size fits all type philosophy. It showed you how the unschooling fit into each family. And then one of my favorite parts at the end of each chapter is a resources. So this is the history chapter. It's several books that can help you in unschooling history, organizations as well. Some of them have videos, some of them have just different resources to look into. If you are going to be unschooling, here's some places that you can get some resources to teach that particular subject. This messed with my brain because, like I said, I'm not an unschooler, but I want to start incorporating some of those ideas. So this definitely broke me out of my box, but it also kind of set me on this path of wanting to read more philosophy, methodology, I guess is a better word, methodology books for teaching over the summer. I've already picked up several from our local library and one from the charter school. So this was one of those that really challenged me this month. My son had to read a book called The City of Ember for his core class, and I thought, well, I can't really help him with his homework unless I'm reading the book as well. And I really got into this. This was a fun one for us to read together because it gave us a lot to discuss. And I always like reading books with my kids because we can bounce ideas off of each other. It helps us both learn more about analyzing literature because he's telling me what he sees in the text and I'm telling him what I see in the text. And so it challenges us both to really question what we're reading. This was a good one. In fact, I don't know if he wants to, but I've already put the second one on hold at the public library. Definitely check this out. great fiction piece, really fun for probably 5th through 7th or 8th grade. As a family, we are reading The Collected Tales of Nurse Matilda. My husband has been reading this to the kids. Lydia's behind the camera. What do you think of this one?
I like it.
She liked this one. I know that my 6th grader did as well. He just thought it was funny because the kids were always doing naughty things. This is the Brown children, and their parents cannot seem to control them. And they're always getting into trouble, and Nurse Matilda has to come along and put them in line. My husband's only point was, this is actually 3 books in this one, so it's almost 400 pages. His only thing was, he said it was a bit repetitive. He would have read each of the 3 books separately, maybe something to break it up in between. He is not enjoying reading all 3 together, but he does think that the stories are funny, they're relatable, and my other 2 kids just love it. Our book club selection. Now every month I pick a book that we read together. You don't have to read it, but it's a suggested reading for that month, and it's one that I'm reading and giving my feedback on. And the one for April was The Sacred Year, Mapping the Soulscape of Spiritual Practice, and this was by Michael Yankowski. I'm not sure about now. I'm reading it on my Kindle because last month in March it was free on Amazon, so I went ahead and snagged it while I could. This one I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through. Typically I finish them by the end of the month, but this one had so much good stuff in it. So much stuff that I didn't want to rush through. I've only gotten 10, 11, maybe 12 chapters in because there has been so much richness to this book. The author talks about just how he felt like the Christian life was becoming very monotonous, and he didn't feel like he was making a difference. It didn't feel like his Christianity was making a difference. It didn't feel like he was changing, or everybody said, you know, you wrote this great book. He is the author of Under the Overpass, which I've read probably 10 years ago. And he was on a speaking tour, and everybody wanted to know what it was like to change the world. And he felt like he wasn't changing the world. He felt like Christianity had become irrelevant, at least in his life. And so he goes on this journey of spiritual practices to try to just grow deeper. So it's amazing, like the insights. And you hear spiritual practice and you think routine, dry, ritual, and the way that he brings all that stuff to life has really challenged me. So it's been one of those books that I have read through very slowly because I think there are some books that you can read through quickly, particularly fiction, and then there's some books that you really want to savor because you want it to make a difference in your life. And this for me has been that. It's been that challenging, savor it, read through it. How can I implement this? Does this mean anything to me? And how can I start to implement this in my life? So those are the 4 books that we read this month. I did start a 5th one, but I haven't finished it, so you'll have to come check back in May for that. And our May selection, just so I can let you know, the book that we're reading together in May is The American Frugal Housewife. It's by Lydia Maria, I think the last name is Frankel. So I will link that blog post down below so you can find it as well. It's on Amazon, and at one point in time it was free as well, so go check it out. And that post will be up the last Friday of the month, which is May 26th. I can't believe we're getting so close to the summer, so that blog post will come up May 26th so that you can link up your reading as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me, what are you reading? What do you have on your summer reading list? What's challenging you these days? What are you enjoying? Leave me a comment down below. I'm always looking for new books. And don't forget to check out the blog post if you are interested in any of these books or interested in joining us in May. We'll talk to you guys later.